welcome to Life Choices. I'm Michelle Brown, the Executive Director. We've been in existence since August of 1992. And I thought I'd just give you a little tour of the center, just so you can get an idea of what we do here. Our mission statement is to serve men and women before, during, and after an unplanned pregnancy. We do that with 3 programs: Smart Choices, Positive Choices, and Beyond the Choice. Come on in and we'll take a look. Some of our clients are already pregnant or have small children, and they would come in here to our group classroom and meet to do parenting classes.
Hi.
This is Hannah, our Center Services Director.
Hi, I oversee the Smart Choices parenting program. I pair one-on-one mentors with clients, and I implement the volunteer training here.
Beyond the Choice is a program that we offer for healing, and it's for women who have experienced an abortion. We lovingly open our arms and invite them back into Life Choices Center to experience God's form of love and healing that only He can provide. We connect that person with a mentor, and they work one-on-one. This mentor themselves has experienced an abortion in their past and has also gone through the healing program. And so lovingly, they work through it biblically in order to accomplish total and complete healing and freedom from any shame or condemnation that they may have felt previously, and can walk into the light and love of Christ. And this would be the ultrasound room. Why this is so special is that statistics show that if a woman sees and hears the heartbeat and sees the blood flowing through her baby, that 8 out of 10 times she will choose life. So we are blessed to have a doctor who volunteers his time to come here on a weekly basis to perform these ultrasounds for our clients. Our next stop is our Positive Choices Youth and Education Director, Fairlene Reppard's office. She goes out to the schools, the universities, the middle schools, the youth groups, wherever she has an opportunity to connect with our youth and talk about the sexual risk avoidance message.
Hi.
Obviously she's busy right now, but we're lucky to even catch her here. Most of the time she's out in the field reaching our youth. But we'll move on to my next room, which I feel is the most beautiful room in the building. It's my favorite room. It's our baby store. We have items in order to support our clients with their material needs and necessities. If you take a look in here, you can see that all of the items in here were donated by generous individuals. The clients are able to purchase these items through points that they earn through coming to class, meeting with their mentors, doing their homework, and we even give a list of some outside activities that are character building and life building to earn points. So they feel that they're not getting handouts, but they're actually earning the items from the store. I want to thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to show you a little bit about Life Choices. One of the things I didn't mention to begin with was that 100% everything that we do here for the community, regardless of income or social status, we offer all of our programs entirely for free. I want to thank you for joining me on this tour of Life Choices Center. None of these services that we offer the community and the people in need in our area would be possible if not for the generosity and the financial and prayerful support of people just like you. Now that you've had a little mini tour of the building of Life Choices and the places where we serve this community, I want to get a little more personal and talk to you about the way that God moves in this ministry. I want to give you an example of a volunteer. Years ago, she felt God calling her to a ministry to single moms because she herself was a single mom. And fear and anxiety kept her from following through on that calling. And then several years later, she had an opportunity to even come to Life Choices Center and work in a ministry here with single moms. And yet again, fear and anxiety kept her from following through. Well, as God would have it, He had a divine appointment planned. And Barb and I met in my church as she started attending our church a few years ago. Lo and behold, we had a volunteer class within a month or 2 of our meeting. And I was able to encourage her to come and be a part of that volunteer class. She was excited when she finished that class. But it also required that she needed to go through some personal healing through our Life Choices ministry. She participated in our Beyond the Choice abortion recovery program. And she finished completely relieved and lifted from the burden of that decision she made so many years ago. The love and the mercy and the grace of Christ filled her. And now today, she has been mentoring one of our young moms on a regular basis. So I just want to encourage you with that example of how God continues with the call in your life to keep your eyes and ears and heart and spirit open. And maybe it's even to come and offer what your gifting is at Life Choices. Another example of God's mighty hand moving is that we feel that every young woman or man who walks through our doors, that in and of itself is a miracle. That He would put our information in their line of sight so that they would know to come to us as a resource. So we had a young woman who happened to see our information on a pen inside her boyfriend's desk drawer and thought she might be pregnant. So she came to see us. The interesting thing was she was completely deaf. So through notes and just the love of one of my staff members, she was able to communicate with her and make her feel safe in the midst of this, what could be considered a crisis. The young woman was indeed pregnant, and so my staff member convinced her to come back a few days later for the ultrasound. She did show up, again another miracle. And while she was in the ultrasound room, the doctor found the baby heartbeat, and he turned it up as loud as it would go, and this young woman could feel the vibrations of the baby in her womb's heartbeat. And she looked at the staff member with a tear streaming down her face and said, "He's so strong." It's incredible. It doesn't matter what other people might think the obstacles are, but God bridges the gap. His love, His mercy, His grace was enough to bridge the gap for this young woman to choose life for her unborn child. I want to share an awesome example of how God's hand moved in Life Choices Center's ministry. There was a young Muslim woman who came to the center and she was pregnant. We started her in our parenting program. She finished that, continued on with the one-on-one mentoring. And once her child was one, the one-on-one mentoring is finished. So she graduated. But she so enjoyed the love and community and support that she received with the staff and volunteers here at Life Choices Center that she did not want to stop. And so her loving mentor chose to go above and beyond and started a Bible study with her. This was all new information to her, the gospel of Jesus Christ. She's been working with her for several months now, and she asks questions. She's hungry for knowledge. She has yet to choose to ask Jesus into her heart, but we are lifting her up in prayer, and we invite you to do the same, that she would choose Jesus Christ as her Lord and Savior, and that she would be transformed with His grace and mercy. Thank you very much for your support. These are the types of things and ways in which your support impacts and changes lives of the people in our community.